Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa. If you are new around here, make sure you are subscribing, smash the likes and comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. Double upload day. The match preview is out for Manchester United. I've gone in depth on Manchester United. Done a bit of a predicted lineup of what I potentially will expect. But it's a really good watch, so make sure I'll tag it on the end of this video. You can check it out if you want some more Villa content today as well. So yeah, it's a good episode, to be fair. But we're here for Unai Emery's press conference reaction. He's been speaking ahead of Manchester United. Tough game because they're so unpredictable, but we know how we can play, and if we can get to a level that's required to beat Man United, then I'll be really, really happy going into the international break. So some early team news is that Ramsey and Bailey are both doubts for the game, and Onana potentially should be okay. He's got a minor injury that's coming from Unai Emery. Bailey, I think it's frustrating that he's out, but I think again, there's no point rushing Bailey back, because if we looked at the game against Bayern Munich, before the game, he was doing his own warm-up with one of the Villa coaches. So he wasn't warming up with the team. He was on his own, doing a bit of like a light fitness test. Made the bench, came on, looked like he was struggling. He wasn't himself, and he came off. And I imagine it was to do with just the injury and him not feeling comfortable on the pitch. So, if he's not comfortable, then let's just not risk him whatsoever, because it's a long season and we're going to need him. And also, I think that shows character from Bailey as well. He's probably playing through a little bit of the pain barrier, but he wanted to play. He wanted to give something. And for that short period that he was on the pitch, he was working hard for the team. He was defending, so fair play to him. Ramsey looks a bit like a groin injury. Those can be sort of like day by day, or he could be out for a few weeks. So we'll have to see with Ramsey. Another one, if he's a doubt, don't risk him, because like I've just said about Bailey, it's such a long season. And I think, we're going to need these players. And what we don't want them to do, come back, get injured. We've seen it with Cash. He had a bit of a knock, came off, looked like he was going to be a doubt, played the next game, and he's out for 3 weeks. So we just don't want that to happen, really. So I think anyway, like what I've said on the match preview anyway, if any of you have watched it, that we need to learn from the Wolves game, where some rotation was probably needed, and Unai's probably noticed where he went wrong a little bit with his selection. So I do probably think there's going to be a bit of rotation in there anyway. You had these 2 injuries, and there's probably going to have to be a rotation on that left-hand side as well. Like I say, Onana, bit of a knock, but I think he's probably okay to play. He has been called up for Belgium as well, so I guess that means that he possibly is okay. Right, so what's Emery been saying then? He's been speaking after. Now, you have to get this in now. This is like bingo now, isn't it? After our 1-0 victory over Bayern Munich in the Champions League, Villa fans, we beat Bayern Munich, He's been speaking about the game. Been speaking about sort of like the challenge of managing the squad in Europe and the schedule, etc. So he said, in this process, I am increasing more or less everything. The club's committed to getting better in everything, and that is clear. And I've said this as well this season. I sense a different type of Unai. I sense a man that wants success. The way he's talking and how he's talking, I feel like his inner belief is starting to come through. I feel like he really senses that we're on the cusp of something very, very special this season. And I just got a vibe with him. I'm just feeling it, Villa fans. He said, we got Conference League and now we have Champions League. But being consistent is the most important thing, and it is difficult to be competitive and consistent in Europe and Premier League. We enjoyed Wednesday a lot and we want to match it, but there's no change in my mind. I have ambitions with the club since I arrived. Today, it is the same, and that is to be demanding in every match. We are creating a lot of success, so my expectation is now to keep it. Where am I? I've lost where I am. To keep it. We are creating lots. It's there to keep it. Be demanding and don't relax. I want to control that with the players and the club. I am pushing the players to get the best from their performances consistently. Now I will work to win on Sunday. Very, very demanding, and it is all about being consistent in Europe and the Premier League. And he always reiterates how important the Premier League is to him, because that's how we can qualify for the Champions League again. So absolutely brilliant stuff. He's also spoke about Manchester United, and there's a part at the bottom that's quite interesting. I have a lot of respect for him. We have lost the last 4 home and away games to them, and they are a winning team. They beat Manchester City to win the FA Cup. The club is usually a winning club. They are not getting consistent form in the Premier League, but I've had to think about how I prepare for this match more than Bayern Munich. I don't know if I read into that. How I'm reading into that is that he understood how Bayern were going to play. So is it easier for him to analyse Bayern Munich? Probably, because he probably had to tick off a few things what he thought was going to happen. Number one, does he think Bayern Munich are going to have more possession than Aston Villa? Yes. So that means that we have to adjust our game plan to the way that we play. Morgan Rogers did a brilliant interview after the game, and he was basically saying that in the Premier League we have more possession, but against Bayern Munich in Europe we're going to have less possession. So we had to tweak how we played. And reading into that, I think that's what he's reading into. Then the difficulty of analysing Man United, and I've done it on the match preview, is that because they're so inconsistent, you don't know what you're going to get. So to analyse them in that way, it's quite difficult to do, because you don't know which United are turning up. You don't know which type of Rashford's turning up. So I think he's really going to have gone really in depth on Man United on what we've got to do to beat them and impose ourselves. And yeah, I am confident we're going to do it. I think we will have a lot of rotation with some players in there. Maybe Barkley might come in somewhere. I do think Onana might. Yeah, I think Onana will play just for that physicality. Maatsen might be in there. Durant might start the game. Philogene as well. So I think it's an exciting game for Villa. I think it's one that we've got to embrace. And I think it's one that we've got to be fully focused on. You know, I want one big push on Sunday to just sort of put in another level. You know, the players, I don't think the players will ever be as more confident as what they are right now. So have some adrenaline get through you, get through the game and just win that game. So on about managing expectations and on being favourites to beat Man United. We are not favourites to be in the top 7 of the Premier League. We want to be a contender, and we are in the process of getting points. We will have to see where we are in January, February. Winning matches is very important. I am learning every day, but I want to have a strong mentality and play football that demands the opponents. Sunday is a huge match for us after Bayern Munich, because we are playing the best team in the world. United are not in the Champions League. They are in the Europa. But they are a team with quality players and coach. We will need the support like Wednesday at Villa Park. I have no doubt that they will be there and try and transmit their energy to help us get the points. So again, he's talking about being demanding, very demanding, and respecting Man United and just wanting those levels to be there. And I think what I think is a good thing is that because we were slow after the Young Boys game against Wolves, he won't allow that in this game. And I think because it is Manchester United as well, the level will be there. I'll back it, Villa fans. I'll back it. Right. So he's also been speaking about Onana, and he has said that he's a doubt, but I think that he'll be available because it's not a really serious injury. And then Ramsey and Bailey are both doubts. We don't know if they'll be available on Sunday. They are so tight if they are required. If they are available. They are so tight if they are available. I'm not sure what he means by that. And I've got to say, sometimes when I am reading stuff, it's difficult to read some of his quotes because there are words in there that throw you, and you read something, and then it'll be you put the word in there, and it just doesn't really make sense, but it should make sense. So yeah, so there we are. I think that's pretty much everything from the presser. I just really want to say as well, thank you everybody who has been watching our content this season, last season, since it started. Like, your support has been absolutely massive, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments that you put in, and I'm just really pleased that everybody's out there that is enjoying it as well. So right, I think I've got a bit more here actually. So I'm Ramsey and Bailey. I don't know if they're going to be available. They are both so tired. I am not sure they will be 100% fit for Sunday. We need every player, so tomorrow we will see how they feel. Today they are a doubt. Okay, so tiredness. Not mentioned an injury there. So that's interesting. We'll finish it on that. So yeah, basically, match previews out as well. Double upload. So once you've watched this, go straight to the match preview. It's really good. And tomorrow, we've got an opposition preview with Adam McCullough. So really good one. Probably one of the best ones. I think it's probably one of the best. I really enjoyed it. We had a really good, honest chat about Man United. So, yeah. Everybody will have fan cams after the game against Manchester United. International break. So, we'll have content coming out through that international break. I've got 2 really good episodes in my brain that are going to come out. So, that's really good. But yeah, I just want to reiterate and just say thanks for everyone that's watching, because I'm really enjoying making content this season for Villa. We're getting a lot of praise from everywhere. So just cheers for everyone that's watching. And yeah, the guy on the fan cam against Bayern was saying that him and his wife, and she feels like she's married to me, not something like that. But yeah, I imagine there's some of you that probably see me more than you see your family. But yeah, I just want to say I do appreciate everybody that watches, everybody that comments, and I'm just grateful that we are a really good football team, and it's so easy to do and talk about, and yeah, we're all just absolutely loving life. And yeah, I mean, I don't think it sunk in till today, which is Friday, that we beat Bayern Munich. Yesterday was just such a blur. It was just an absolute mad one. Like that episode that I did yesterday, and I was talking about how I felt after the game. I came off that and I felt so drained of like what had happened and just talking about it and stuff. But yeah, fantastic for the club, and yeah, just buzzing. Anyway, right, I'm going up the Villa, and I'll see you. Well, you'll see me tomorrow on the opposition preview, but I've already recorded that. So my next episode I am recording is the fan cam, which will be after the game. Up the Villa.